Shall we? Because I feel like there's much to discuss today. Okay. First of all, they closed airspace over El Paso, Texas, and said it was going to be for the next 10 days. But as of 15 minutes ago, the airspace over Texas is now reopened. Still don't know why we grounded all the flights. Still no one's talking about anything. Probably nothing. Wouldn't worry about it. Number 2. Is there a reason why the woman that was filling in for Savannah Guthrie at the Olympics in Italy and was renouncing for her said it's unthinkable, it's unspeakable, it's unbelievable, and Savannah has legion? Those of you all who are theologians and know what legion means, that word isn't really a word you use very often unless you're discussing the American one with your veterans or demons. That's a weird word to use to describe family. Struck me as odd. Number 3, Bad Bunny has been fined $10 million by the FCC for his blatant vulgar lyrics, even if they were in a foreign language during the Super Bowl on Sunday. How dare you? How dare you? And you want to come at me sideways and say, well, it was important that it was in Spanish, so it brings us all together. 40 million Americans speak Spanish, which means that 320 million Americans don't. That's just math. And once I read the translations of his lyrics, cute idea, putting us at a corner bodega and a barber shop and acting like everything's all right in a sugarcane plantation. Your lyrics are vulgar. And that's including watching Eminem grab somebody, Justin Timberlake grabbing Janet Jackson's boobie, and Tanya Tucker and Travis Tritt shaking their ass in the 90s. I've literally seen vulgar in all its forms at the Super Bowl. You thought you could slide it in because it was in a foreign language. This is what brought America together, quote unquote, said the Rolling Stone. Maybe he should start a GoFundMe. Anyway, I didn't watch any of it. I don't care. Basically. What else is going on? In Louisville, Kentucky today, they searched 3 hours frantically for a child. I think it was a 2 or 3 year old toddler child. All of a sudden, a dog showed up, started barking, led the police right to the child, and then the dog disappeared. And no one in the neighborhood had ever seen the dog before and haven't seen it since. So, I think there might be little angels among us. Number 4 or 5, what are we on now? I've lost count. Today was A.G. Pam Bondi's hearing. Oh, son. 3 things I learned from watching almost 2.5 hours of that hearing today. Number 1, the only thing that Democratic lawmakers and congressmen are able to say is, I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. Every time that they asked Bondi what she was doing and she went to answer, they shut her up and said, I reclaim my time. To where in which the chairman of the committee, the board, the spokesman, whoever was mediating at that point, said, you can't reclaim your time and interrupt her just because you don't like the answer she's given. Thomas Massey comes to mind. What a piece of shit that son of a bitch turned out to be, and I wish I could take my vote back for him. Oh, he's a turncoat. Benedict Arnold comes to mind. I noticed after his wife suddenly passed away, he's got a new look, a new wife who used to work for Rand Paul, and now he's just making all kinds of big waves in Washington. Maybe he should really take a look in his own backyard and Garrison and Greenup first before he starts mouthing off about how everybody else is exploiting victims. Seems to me like in your own district, in Lewis County and Greenup County, you've had special ed teachers who are abusing and assaulting children. It's been all over the national news. Why has the district representative from the state of Kentucky, Thomas Massey, not said a word about those victims happening in his own, literally, backyard? Too busy for that. He's too busy trying to get A.G. Bondi over the coals and be like, what's up with Wainsler? What's up? We knew he was an asshole. We knew he was a co-conspirator. We knew that we were going to indict him. We knew he was going to be in trouble for it. He's in the Epstein files over 4,000 times. We left him off of one document. We still know he's guilty. Don't worry. I reserved my time. And what really struck out to me today is they said, have you indicted and prosecuted every single person that's on the Epstein list? And she said the government would fold. All that tells me is that we have managed to build a system over the last 100 years that's abating and abetting criminals. We're just harboring them. We're harboring fugitives. We're harboring fugitives. We're hiding them on islands. We're hiding them behind the lines. We're hiding them behind the curtain. We're hiding them in CPS. If we prosecute everybody, the government would collapse. Okay. Seems that this is the very reason we have a Second Amendment. And the Second Amendment isn't for all enemies that are foreign. Some of them are domestic. Oh, son. The fabric is ripping. I hope y'all are ready for what's next. Be careful falling down this rabbit hole, because be careful what's coming next. Everything we've been saying for years. Everything. And now they've reopened Kurt Cobain's case, because turns out that wasn't a suicide, because you can't put your toe in a shotgun and shoot yourself in the head from 4 feet away. Weird how physics work. And I'm looking at it going, Epstein's alive. Maxwell's pleading the fifth. Bill and Hillary go in here in about 2 weeks to be questioned, which I'm sure that they're going to plead the fifth too. Britney Spears was a victim. We all made her look crazy. Roseanne Barr speaking out, we made her look crazy. Jim Carrey speaking out, we made him look crazy. Michael Jackson spoke out, we killed him. Prince spoke out, we killed him. Princess Di spoke out, killed her. JFK spoke out, JFK Jr. spoke out, killed both of them. Are you starting to notice a pattern here? Are you starting to notice a pattern that if we don't like what you're saying, then we're going to shut you up? Let it burn. Let it burn. Because the truth will stand even if the world is on fire. Let it burn. I ain't worried about Trump. I ain't worried about Putin. I ain't worried about whoever else that's coming down the pike that you say is going to be the next threat. There's only one person that I answer to, and he's right here above me. I talk to him all the time. There's only one book that I subscribe to and try to live my life by, and everybody's got a copy on it. Every hotel room, every Dollar Tree, every Walmart, side of the road, you'll probably find one. They're not hard to get your hands on. Pay attention. Because if you think that this just goes back 10, 15, 20 years, you are badly mistaken. They have been lying their asses off to us since J.J. Astor got on the Titanic. They have been lying their ass off to us. And it's really funny. They started a whole government that do the right thing or go to jail, okay? School systems, do the right thing or you fail. Religions, do the right thing or you go to hell. Have you noticed that it's a fear-based system? I ain't scared of shit. God. I'll take that back. I'm a God-fearing American. That's it. That's it. Snakes, spiders, scary things don't scare me. Some of y'all procreating and having a driver's license gives me a little bit of concern. But not much else scares me. Now's the time for action. And I'm not talking about protesting ICE, and I'm not talking about writing a letter to your congressman. I'm talking about actually spreading the word of Jesus with a neighbor that don't know it. I'm talking about loving a neighbor like yourself. I'm talking about spreading God's name and rejoicing in his graciousness. That's what I'm talking about. That's the news we really need to be spreading. They'll probably outlaw Bibles before it's over with, too. Seems to me they took out about 60 books of it during the King James Council of Nicaea because we can't control the population if they know too much. Just like they didn't tell us the truth about Columbus. They didn't tell us the truth about Rosa Parks. They didn't tell us the truth about Helen Keller. They didn't tell us the truth about Martin Luther King Jr., which, by the way, was neither a reverend nor a doctor. Lies. Just lies. Just plain old, unadulterated, bald-faced bullshit. And now it's all coming home to roost. Because what is done in the dark will be brought to the light no matter how long it takes to crack that door open. Whew, son. Telling you what. They got y'all riled up and told you to pick sides, and it turns out that they're all damn crooks. I told y'all this. Seems like I should write this down in my big book. It ain't the wolves you need to worry about there, sheep. It's the shepherd. Oh, Lord. Everybody's always like, watch out for the wolves. Watch out for the wolves. Watch out for the wolves. It's not the wolves that eat the sheep. It's the damn shepherd that eats the sheep. It's the damn shepherd that leads them to the slaughter. It's the damn shepherd that sells them off to more shepherds so they can eat them. Watch out for the shepherd. God. Makes me think about everything that we've been told. Sinead O'Connor, Brittany Murphy, Kobe Bryant, Aaliyah, Biggie, Tupac. How far back you want to go? Such unadulterated bullshit, and it all revolves around power. I was talking to my mother about this today. I was talking to her about the GATE program. I was in the GATE program from 1988 until they figured out in high school that no child should be left behind, and then we got Common Core math, and then everybody started being gifted and talented. I remember very, very distinctly listening to frequencies through big, huge headphones out of a suitcase. I remember drinking fluoride out of a Dixie cup. I remember looking at, what were they called? Those cards with the squiggly lines, Zener cards, to test our ESP. I remember having to learn how to play chess, taking speed reading classes, doing math problems, doing labyrinths. They took us out of class all the time for this stuff, and no one's talked about it. And I asked Mom today, I said, they told me not to say nothing because you gave them permission. She said, all they told me is that you were so bored because you were so smart that they had to put you in another class 2 days a week. And I said, and that class had absolutely no windows and a fluorescent light and a woman in a business suit asking me a bunch of questions I shouldn't have been asked. The Monroe test, the Gateway program, MK Ultra. There's a reason why I never was recruited into the CIA, is because, I can't keep my mouth shut. But I distinctly remember 5-6 years of my education being pulled out of class, me and a couple other people. And them asking us a bunch of weird questions, testing our abilities, making us read certain things, making us take foreign languages. And I was like, why is nobody else doing this? Why is it just us? And why are we not allowed to talk about it? And why is it now that we're all between 40 and 50 years old, do we have lucid dreams, dream about empty shopping malls, find secret rooms in our dreams, know that we can fly, know that we can astral project? I can control the things that I do in my dreams. I've always been able to do that. And before they started giving me fluoride by the cupful, I was able to do things in real life that everybody thought I was crazy for, and I probably would have locked it at Waverly Hills for. Turns out, there's a lot of us, but they can't control us if there's a lot of us. So I'm going back and looking through all these other rabbit holes of Candace Owens' gate, Charlie Kirk's gate. I was a gate kid. Elon was a gate kid. Who else was in gate? And why all of a sudden when George W. came along and said no child left behind and everybody got treated the same, did we do away with gate? Was that a big cover-up? Or did you realize that you can't train us because we're not good with authority, we don't listen real well, we ask too many questions. They tried to curb us. You asked too many questions. And then when I went to the grown-ups about it when I was in grade school, they told me that I had such a big imagination. Sarah, you have such a big imagination. No, this happened. This actually happened like 25 minutes ago. I just want to know why it happened. You have such a big imagination, Sarah Beth. We need to talk to your mom about your storytelling. You need to talk to me about why there's adults with us in windowless rooms asking us to listen to stuff, look at stuff, testing our hearing, testing our IQ and testing our ability to follow orders. Somebody needs to start answering those questions. But whatever. Why did I know my IQ? Why did you all test my IQ every friggin' month? Did you think it was going to change? What other 7-year-old has to take an IQ test 3 times a friggin' month? Did you think I might lose it? Talking about gifted and talented program, Brandy. It was a great, huge program in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s that tried to identify exceptional adolescents and exploit their abilities. There's no other way nice to say that. They wanted us to be sleeper agents. Some of us made it, some of us didn't. Some of us ended up being really loud and working in the arts and working in entertainment and being on the news and being on TV and being on the radio and being on your computer. Some of us weren't able to stick back in the box. Just so you know. But I'm just looking at it all going, February 2026 will go down in the history books for a plethora of different things. And we're only 11 days into the month. Fluoride does affect it. It clogs your pineal gland so that you have no contact with your third eye. You have absolutely no sixth sense abilities kind of thing. Like I could always tell when it was going to rain. I could always, I could do things. I could make things move. Shit like that. But then all of a sudden they started giving us shit that this is good for your teeth and you need to drink this. And then all of a sudden nobody could do anything anymore. We all quit playing and quit doing, make-believe and playing pretend. And all of a sudden we were doing CAT standardized testing and doing portfolios and just super sus. But nobody talks about it. And I think it's because they didn't count on us to remember it. I think they thought that they did enough shit to us early on that we wouldn't remember anything. Some of us took notes. Some of us have journals. Some of us has dear diaries that talk in detail about what we were doing in the 2nd and 3rd grade. When we probably should have been learning reading, writing, and arithmetic. Not espionage and astral projection. Just saying. I do remember they yanked all of us gifted, talented kids out of class in 5th grade and made us go weed the flower garden at Estill Springs. And my mom's like, my daughter's got an IQ of a genius and she can play every instrument you put in front of her. Why is she landscaping? It teaches them to love nature. No. This is child labor and it's under the guise of gifted and talented. I didn't pull any more weeds after that. So, we haven't even seen, you're right, Lynn, we haven't even seen the tip of this iceberg. I hope that you're clutching your pearls and that you're hanging on to your rain bonnets because it's just getting good. It's just getting good. You're going to watch. Michael Jackson was innocent, is innocent. Epstein's probably still alive. Trump was a plant. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but Trump was the first one to leak about Epstein about 20 years ago, and everybody called him a liar and tried to ruin his business and tried to cancel his TV show. And then we tried to impeach him twice while he was president because we didn't want him to talk anymore. And then we took away his Twitter account, and then we took away his phone. And now he's back. Guess who's back? Back again. I'm reading his book right now. He says all of this in 2015. I will expose all the corruption. He's been saying this for 11 years. Learn a book. He's been a plant. You can't buy him. He's got more. He's the one that used to buy politicians. You can't buy him. Rhonda asked, do I see shadow people? No, but I see spirits and I see demons. I've seen angels and demons. I've conversed with both. I don't advertise that, but turns out when you pray for the spirit of discernment, you see a lot of things that people try to tell you don't really see. You hear things. Your ears ring. You get a weird buzzy feeling around certain people. You walk into a place and your stomach drops and you feel nauseous and you're like, I got to get out of here. This energy's bad. It's all kinds of shit. Jason, I was one of those people where I took the ASVAB 4 times. I was like, why do I have to take this 4 times? Isn't this just for senior year? Why am I taking this 4 times? Why am I being recruited by every single military and intelligence college in the nation and I'm 15 years old? I want to be a country music singer. Give a damn about all that shit. So, anyway. But my plan is just keep on keeping on. I'm going to keep writing songs. I'm going to keep talking about the things that need to be talked about. I'm going to keep telling stories. I'm going to keep doing shows as long as the good Lord allows me to. If you'd like to come to these shows, we're giving away a guitar on the one on February the 20th. If you haven't got your tickets yet, that's on SaveBethTheory.com. We got another show coming up in West Virginia the middle of March. We head to Nashville again in March. We're still booking out the rest of the spring and the summer. So if you want us to come to your neck of the woods, we have guitar and we'll travel. Lord, we'll just get together and just dig rabbit holes in your garden. You know, whatever. We'll come to your porch and smoke. We don't even have to talk and sing if you don't want us to. We can just, visit. But, well, I won't Trump talk about the Epstein files because they're still in litigation and he's the sitting president of the largest country in the world. My guess is that his PR team's probably saying, you probably should keep your mouth shut because A.G. Bondi's doing enough talking for everybody right now. I wish everybody quit painting Trump to be the devil that you think he is. He's really not. He's not. He's a businessman that 300 million people, 350 million people now, have to answer to because he's in charge for the next 3 years. So you can either look at it like college and suck it up, get over it, and get on with it, or you can make the best of a bad situation and just love your neighbor and try to get along the best you can. Otherwise, it's still going to go on. Life's still going to go on. The powers that be, things are still going to happen the way they're going to happen. You can't control anybody else but yourself. And what other people think about you ain't none of your damn business. Worry about your shit. Then worry about everybody else's shit. Unless you have Trump's personal number and you have any kind of influence in his right ear while he's over at that big desk signing shit, shut up. Shut up. Do something about it. Be about it. Quit your bitching and start a revolution. But for the love of God, if y'all could just get over the TDS shit. I mean, good. He's a devil. Oh, y'all obviously don't remember Nixon or Reagan or Clinton. If you think Trump's the first asshole to sit in the White House, we've been doing this for 250 years. And before that, there was an asshole sitting on a throne. Before that, there was an asshole sitting on a horse. There's always an asshole. Just pick which asshole that you get along with. And if you can't get along with that asshole, remember, they're an asshole. It hurts when I do this. If at any time you look at the people in charge and go, I'd like to have a beer with them, vote for the other guy. I don't want to be friends with him. I want him to do his job. I want him to lead the country. I want him to keep us out of wars. I want him to keep the criminals off the streets, keep a chicken in every pot and a cap in every ass. Whatever it takes for us to get this shit back on track. I mean, so. But you can get mad about it if you want to. Maybe your team will win next time. I don't know. Y'all are bitching more than the friggin' South did after the Civil War. God. Which, by the way, was caused and controlled by Democrats. But we're not going to talk about history. We probably shouldn't talk about history. History just fucks you all when you try to read the book. So just, yeah, it's probably fine. It'll repeat itself. You'll catch it on the rerun. But anyway. Well, that's all I have to say from this neck of the woods today. I'm going to go put my chickens back in the coop. I'm going to get my dogs back in the house. And I'm taking my happy ass to Walmart because I'm out of toilet paper. Not that you needed to know that, but I'm honest with you about everything. And so I might as well tell you that I need some toilet paper. So, anyway, if you want to come to the show on February the 20th, tickets are available on my website. They're $10 a piece. And also, with every ticket purchase, you are entered in the raffle to win that Tremontaine guitar, which is awesome. It's a T66D model. I love that little guitar. It has such a good sound, but I have no more room, so I'm giving it away. So if you want a guitar and you want to see some good country music and some funny jokes, come to the show. If you want us to come to your neck of the woods, call us. We know how to get there. We have a map. So, ta-da. In the meantime, keep your Bibles open, and I mean that, and your powder dry, and I mean that, and your head on a swivel, because are you looking around? Shit's crazy. Keep a warm coat or blanket with you in case you see somebody in need. Be nice to old people, animals, and children. Love your neighbors as yourself. Try not to add to the problem. If you can't be part of the solution, then don't be part of the problem, right? And in the meantime, friends, perhaps the most important law, I'm Sarah Beth Terry. You're not. So, bye.